Hello and welcome to episode 3 of my Satisfactory Let's Play. So if you watched the end of the last episode, you already know I recorded what was supposed to be episode 2, got it in the video editing software. It's way too long, like way too long. So I ended up kind of picking a point, which is this point you're looking at, and I went back here and luckily I saved my game a bunch. Like if I'm recording episode 2, I'm like 2-1, 2-2, 2-3. So I have all these like save points I can go back to. So I jumped back to this save point and I cut the episode here. I recorded a new exit and now I'm recording a new intro. And then in just a second, we're going to resume episode 3's footage, which was originally the second half of episode 2. So here we go. And I'm going to leave this one. You know, I put a whole bunch of limestone in here. Obviously that one's full. I don't know why I checked it. Oh, that one's almost full still. Oh, that one's empty now. Take that out. I'm just going to leave these to run, so we'll just have another one making it. Probably. Oh, that's fine. Oh, because it's backed up. Could definitely use... Oh, definitely could use some more iron. Let's grab iron and get that going. Okay, so back over here to check on power. We already know these are all going to be full. All this belt should be backed up all the way to the container because we already started with a bunch in the container. Unfortunately, I don't remember how much was in there. I don't think it was that much. We definitely should be making more. This guy cannot get enough biomass because of this conveyor, so we could actually upgrade. Because you're the one that's trying to push out way too much, right? Yeah, you're trying to push out 300 onto a 60. So we could definitely... This will take 60 and that'll take 30. So now I'd still have 2. So what we'll do is we'll do a Mark II here. So now this can be 120. This one's only putting out 60. Oh, I don't have quite enough iron plates. I need to upgrade that one too. And then this one will be full. Yeah, let's make a couple of plates. All right, so this is going to be 120. That's 120 plus the 30. Doesn't really matter. So you need 60 input, and you're getting 60 from this. So it's as maxed out as we can get it at the moment. It was already fast enough before. So let's see where are we at here. We've barely used any wood, so we still have a tremendous amount of wood. Oh, because there's still another behind this. We've used some biomass. Still going to be a tremendous amount of power, and it's going to completely fill up this container down here with the solid biofuel, and then it'll all back up. But I didn't even need to do what I just did. I kind of just wanted to see how much I've used. So the most important thing to keep building the factory was concrete, because we use a lot more concrete. We've upped our concrete production considerably, and it's all hooked up to miners and automated. You know, life's great. The second most used thing we're going to need is iron. So I want to go up and get a third floor, and I want to get iron, and we want to get these iron nodes over there. We want to set all that up. I should have enough concrete to do what I want to do. I guess let's see. We could have made it look a little nicer. We're kind of making things look realistic, not necessarily nice, but realistic. So the 3 limestone are coming in onto the second floor where we're making concrete. The first floor is empty. Eventually that'll be all of our power stuff, but it's fine over there for now. This floor is going to be iron. So we took our 3 iron nodes. Each one of them's a normal. So each one's 60. The miner does 60. The belt does 60. So I've got 3 60s. Why didn't you combine 2 60s into a 120 and use a Mark II belt? The Mark II belts are so expensive. So expensive. Way cheaper just to run 3 Mark Is. So each one of these will be a full belt of 60. They'll run up here. I'm not going to try to combine them together up here either because the smelters take 30 each. I can take the 60, 2 smelters, take that one, 2 smelters, take that one, 2 smelters. We'll have 6 smelters. We'll make all of the iron. All those numbers will add up. Then we're going to make the plates and the rods for sure on this floor. Am I going to make the rods into screws on this floor? I'm not sure. I don't know how I'm going to lay it out past that. So, another time lapse. Okay, so the way we've got it, all of these eventually won't stop. These 2 aren't stopping, that one is stopping. So we've got 60. It comes in, it splits, which is 30 and 30. These use 30 and output 30. So these 2 are perfect. And then, like I said, this one's 60 and it does the same thing, 30 and 30. And then this 60, 30 and 30. So the ore turns into ingots perfectly. Each one comes out as 30 ingots. So we got 30, and then we got 30 into 20. So these are making the plates, and I've got 3 of them making plates. So that means each one of these 3 needs 30 in, so all that math adds up, 20 out, 20, 40, 60, which is how quick a belt is. So that combines, so we've got 60 a minute, and it's going into the 2 containers. So all that math is perfect. And it's using... If you come back here and look, that full belt and then half of this belt. The other half of this belt and then half of this belt comes in here. Now these are a little more confusing because we're doing rods. The rods are 15 and 15. So unlike there where the math added up, here we have to split it. So this one puts 30 out. We split it 15 and 15. So you got 15 in, 15 out. Right, 15 and 15. So this math is perfect from 1. That one is perfect to those 2. So these 4 constructors all make rods. And they put 15 out. Well, 15 times 4 is 60. So again, just like that one where we're making 60 plates a minute, we're making 60 rods a minute. All of these are coming over here, full belt into 2 containers. So 60 plates and 60 rods. I still have 1 smelter left. Now, this is where you start to think about, well, should I do it this way or that way? I want to make screws. Screws are rods into screws. 10 a minute. Do I take off of this line that's a perfect 60 and make rods? Do I pull out of the end of that and make rods? I'm going to set up separate over here. So this thing is putting out 30 ingots a minute. This only takes 10. So I'm going to do 3 constructors making rods. No. I need 30 rods a minute to have 3 things making screws. So I need 2 of these. Oh. 2 into 3. That's confusing. The math gets complicated. Okay. Give me a second. All right. 30 ingots coming out, splitting 15 and 15. These are both going to make rods. 15 and 15. Unlike the other ones, though, where we're just done, now I want to make screws. Oh, fuse just blew. We're drawing too much power. I need to take those 2, combine them together to get 30, and then split them into 3 to make screws, and that'll... Yeah, we need to go take care of the power. So basically all I need to do is run down, and we finally hit our 120 megawatts. I just need to throw another 1 or 2 burners on the end. Yes, on the end where the miners are. Okay, well, what we'll do here instead, I'll just do this. So that gets us to 150, and we can use 140. That's not much room. Yeah, I definitely need to... I don't want to move this all into the first floor yet. Oh, I could just... this is not the plan. This is not the plan. Okay, it's temporary. There we go. Oh, gosh. Okay. So that'll put us up to 180 once it fills itself up. All right, everything's running again. Back upstairs. I'm kind of out of space. I didn't really know how big I needed it. I'm kind of out of space up there. I might just, we can just do things. We'll just make some modifications. This is just our basic factory, the most basic factory that we're going to use to get the resources to build a bigger factory. This is just temporary. And then the next thing will just be temporary. So I really kind of want more space here. So I'm kind of thinking we'll just blow this wall out. Okay, so these are going to make screws. Each one needs 10. Right, so we need 30 rods a minute, which is exactly what we're feeding this. And it's going to put out 120 screws a minute. So yeah, that'll be our 30. All right, so 30 rods a minute are coming out. We're splitting them, and it needs 10, so that's 30. And then we're going to have 120. I'm going to stack these, I guess. This is where I have to use... I don't have to. It makes the most sense to use a Mark II belt. I need a lot more reinforced. Yeah. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and connect these with the Mark II. And then I'm going to... I guess we don't need a lift. We could just come back like this. You know what I should probably do is just go ahead and put the splitter in. Or the merger, which I was already on. Okay, so each one of these is only putting out 40. So a Mark 1 belt right there is fine. But now we've got 80 right here, so I've got to go Mark 2. And then we're at the 120. Let me just climb up here. All right, I tried to explain that. It got confusing. I confused myself. The point is, we're bringing in the 3 iron conveyors. Each one is 60. We're using each one 100%. Everything is 100%. Every single conveyor should be flowing. Every machine should be at 100% efficiency. Okay, not every conveyor because the manifold thing and how it backs up, but all the machines will be running. Nothing should stop. We were making 60 iron plates a minute. We're making 60 iron rods a minute, and we're making 120 screws a minute. All off of those 3 nodes. There's 2 more nodes there that are impure. There's more iron there, iron there, iron. There's a lot of iron around here. We're not building like a super factory. I just need enough to keep building, and 60 a minute. I mean, that's pretty good. Pretty good. The 120 screws, oh, that's like not even close to being enough for what we're going to need, but I'm kind of trying to get towards where we're going to automate the reinforced iron plates, which is what the machines take and these Mark II conveyors take. So, you know, trying to get the screws somewhat produced. We could also, because we're, you know, taking that rods into screws, we also have these rods. So if we really need more screws, we can take some of these rods and turn into screws as well. So, you know, or what, we could go over here and bring one of these over and make more screws, you know, all kinds of things we can do. Point is, we got the concrete flowing on the 2nd floor. We got the iron flowing on the 3rd floor. We're using a lot of power right now, though. A lot of power. We've got 20 megawatts free. I want to try to make my way back over here. And all these should be flowing. Nothing should stop. Should flow continuously. So 2 of those lines down there are iron. Once it runs out of iron, we can tear all that down. The copper one, yeah, we can leave that there for now. Whenever this runs out of limestone, which I can already tell that one's out. So when that runs out of limestone, we can tear that down. We could probably tear the copper one down. I think I have enough copper for the moment because all I need it for is just a little bit of stuff. Probably what we should do, we're going to go up a floor and put copper on the next floor. Probably what we should do first, though, since we're so close on power, is we should probably tear all that stuff down and get power in the 1st floor. I think that's probably the smart thing to do. Okay, so we got copper up here. So I just did a whole bunch of things. Let me just tear this wall down so I can see. So we went over there. As the stuff ran out, I tore it all down. I brought it all over here. There's nothing being produced over there anymore. We've got our 3 limestone coming into the building, and on the second floor we're making concrete. We've got our 3 iron coming into the building, and then on the 3rd floor we're making all of our iron stuff. Then here on the 4th floor, which I just built, we're bringing our 1 copper node in, and it's all the way up here. And this is a huge floor. I don't need this much stuff for copper. All we're going to do is smelt it. This is 60. We're going to put up 2 smelters. We can make wire and we can make cable, and we've also got copper sheets, which we're not using a lot of wire and cable or copper sheets right now. We're going to need this stuff later. Later, 60 won't be enough, but it's fine for now. So I'm going to go ahead and, unfortunately, this is just like a time-lapse episode, honestly, because a lot of this I have to like stop and think about and lay out and then like erase and kind of redo. So I pretty much have to time-lapse it or it'd be really boring to watch. So now that we finished our time-lapse, I need to do another short time-lapse here just to kind of lay this copper stuff out. But once we get this copper stuff set, we're going to go up 1 more floor, and that's where our advanced production will be. And I'm going to start getting the reinforced iron plates made up there. And that'll be pretty much the end of the episode. So the last thing I wanted to do on this episode after we got the floor up there was set up the advanced production. Part of the problem is when I did this, I didn't put a huge amount of thought into how I was laying this building out because it's temporary. So I just, wherever the entrance is, I kind of put my storage containers there so I could run up and grab stuff. The problem is this stuff's here. That stuff is there. The stuff down a floor is over on the other side. It's going to be a lot of spaghetti to get all these things up to the top floor. It might be better to turn these and pop out this wall. I could turn the stuff down there and pop out the same wall, and then the stuff down a floor could pop out. If it all came out this wall, wherever, then it would be a lot easier to send it all up. right, we are done and we've got everything re-engineered. So I did not need to bring every resource to this floor, and I did not need to put a storage container for every resource on this floor. I'll explain why in a minute and why I just put that hole in the wall. This floor is for the advanced productions. The main one I want right now is the reinforced iron plates, which take the regular iron plates and the screws. Some of these we're not going to need, so why did I bring everything up here? Well, I'll explain in a minute, but the reason I need the reinforced iron plates is every time I build a constructor or a Mark II belt, which we're going to be using more Mark II belts as time goes on, I need the reinforced plates. In order to make them, though, we only have constructors right now that just take one input. We need the assembler, which has 2 inputs, so I need to run down here and unlock it. The thing is, there's no reason for the hub to be down here still. We don't need it down here, so we should move it up there. Now, it can't be in the building because you don't want a roof over it. I don't think it takes off then, or maybe it clips through the ceiling, but either way, we're not going to do that. So it can go up there, but it's got to go outside. Well, I'm going to put it on the top floor because that's where all the resources come together. And that's why I brought every resource to that floor. And that's why I put a storage container for every resource, because when you come in here and you want to unlock something like part assembly, we're going to get our assembler. We're going to get the copper sheet recipe, which we're already set up floor on the copper floor. We're also going to get rotors, modular frames, and smart plating. These all take 2 inputs, so you need the assembler for it. So we're going to keep unlocking stuff. We got to put our resources in. Having all the resources and storage containers all on that floor by the hub, that's ideal. So I'm going to do a quick time lapse because I need to clear my inventory out. I can't haul all this in the hub and stuff back. So we're going to clear the inventory. We're going to run up there, build a spot for the hub, put the hub down, and I'm going to get a couple things ready for the next segment. One thing I do want to cover, I haven't really needed to use it yet, but there are times where you want to put something in a certain spot and you can't tell. Like, I think left to right I'm centered, but is that back into the wall or not? So if I can press H and now I can move around and I've locked the hologram to that position, and then I can come back here and I can see like, okay, yep, we're there. So let me see here. We could do that and stick it out, or we could do that. I think probably we'll do that because it's already going to kind of stick out a little bit. Oh, well. Okay, we're sticking out a little bit there, a little bit here, and now we should be a little bit over here. Yeah, so that's kind of even. It's not great. I would like to move it down, but I guess that's not really an option to nudge something down. It's kind of like floating a little bit, which is weird. Anyway, so when you get it where you want it, then you just press the left mouse button and boom, you got your hub. All right, let me just do another quick time lapse for just a couple seconds. Okay, so we should have everything we need to unlock this. And because we built the hub outside, this guy can still take off.
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator.
And if you couldn't tell in the time lapse, our little bump out, I just continued it up, did another bump out.
You will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note, humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
So when the game first came out, you could handcraft everything, and there were people speedrunning the game who only handcrafted stuff. Just because when you get up to the higher level stuff, you can't craft them very fast. So they changed the project assembly parts, which is what you have to send up in the space elevator to unlock tiers. They changed it to where you have to use the machine. The speedrunners still do crazy stuff to get around it. So we got the copper going. What I want to do is the reinforced iron plates. And during the time lapse, I did a whole bunch of reinforced iron plates because I need a bunch in order to make the things to make the reinforced iron plates. So we're going to take our new machine here, the assembler, 2 inputs, 1 output. I don't remember exactly how far down I can put this. I can't go... Let's go there. I don't entirely remember. That might be too far. If we need to move it, we can move it. Also, someday I'll hopefully remember where that is. So we do have a Mark II and a Mark II on these two because we're going to need them in the 2 splitters. We're only going to need a Mark I here. Oh, I want you to go that way. Yeah. And we're going to need some power. I don't know that I need to put it necessarily against the wall. You know, I probably should. Okay, so this guy's going to go ahead and start making our stuff as soon as I give it a recipe. So it's going to take 30 iron plates a minute. We're making 60 downstairs. No problem. It's going to take 60 screws a minute. No problem. We're making 120 downstairs. It's only going to give us 5 reinforced iron plates a minute. Yeah. So I think probably we could go to that one. I do wish, one of the things I wish they would add, you can do a conveyor belt like this, right? And it'll put in, well, it wants me to go the other way, but it'll put in at the start and stop points the little legs that it stands on. I wish when you did one between 2 things, every so often it would just throw a leg down. And then when you demolish the belt, it would take those legs away. It just, for realism purposes, because what am I going to do? I'm going to put a whole bunch of legs in there myself. Like, I mean, yeah, you could, but don't really want to do that. All right, so anyhow, we got that going. It's making us 5 a minute. Oh, you know what, though? This will be a good, another example of something. So I'm actually going to need a splitter here. So there's 2 ways to put a splitter down. You can put the splitter on the ground and then put the belts in it, or you can snap the splitter to an existing belt. But you got to be really careful because right there, I'm not on the belt, I'm on the ground. And you can tell by the way it jumps. When you get it on the belt, it slides like that. So I could do it that way. I could do it the other way. I kind of like doing it the other way. So let's go ahead and do that as I leave the correct screen. Don't remember how close I need this. That should be fine. All right, so we got that going. So we got our reinforced iron plates. Awesome. Well, I also might as well just start making the other stuff, right? Like, there's no reason not to. So let's go ahead and put this guy here. That guy there. Hook that machine up to there. Hook this one up to there. We'll have this one make the rotors because it takes rods and screws, and the screws are already right there. And oh, look, there's a splitter also being blocked by a power pole that I probably shouldn't have put there. And then on this one, we'll make the modular frames, which takes rods. So now you can see why the rods needed a splitter there, because we need rods for that, and we need rods for this and this. And then we need the reinforced iron plates, which is what this machine is making, which is why we put the splitter down there. All right, so this one we need rods and screws. The screws are right here. I go ahead and fix this. And that one might be in the way too of something. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put a Mark II belt in. Now, there is an issue. Downstairs, we're making 120 screws. We need 60 here. That's cool. That's half. And this splitter is going to split half, right? Well, I need 100 here. That's 160. We're only making 120, and even if I was making 160, I can't send that many up on a belt. So it's going to split the 120, 60, 60. That one needs 60, so that one's going to run at full production. This one's not going to run at full production. That's okay. I need the reinforced iron plates more than I need the rotors right now, so I'm not super worried about it. So now we need to get the rods over there. And I think last time, I think I did this. Get in. Okay, so that's going to get us our rods and screws into this machine. Why can't I not? That's weird. It wouldn't let me access it. All right, so rods and screws. It's going to make 4 rotors a minute. Not really, because you're not going to get that many screws. So not really going to make 4 rotors a minute, like 3 maybe. So we'll go ahead and get this guy into the next storage container. We'll go ahead and get this guy into the next storage container. So this one is going to take the reinforced iron plates, which are coming out of the front of the first machine, and more rods. Oh, wait. I need to... Actually, no. All right, and so if you look at the rods, we need 12. We need 20, so 32. And then that one doesn't take rods. No. Yeah. Ignore what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Then the last thing we need... Jeez. Confuse myself. I'm prepared and I confuse myself. All right, so we're going to go up 1, 2, 3. Let's go 4. I want to make sure it doesn't clip. And then we'll come over here. And I'm going to come off this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this guy is making 5 reinforced plates a minute. It's going to split it and try to do 2.5 and 2.5. This thing needs 3 a minute. Okay, well, it's going to get 2.5 a minute, right? It's not really going to get the 3 a minute unless the storage container fills up and completely backs up, and then it might. But again, not super worried about it. We don't even need modular frames right now. It's just as soon as you get a recipe for something, you want to kind of get it going in the background, just so when you do need it, you've got a bunch. So the last thing that we need to make with this, and I'm just going to throw this down real quick because this one takes a minute to figure out, is going to be the smart plating. That takes the reinforced plates and the rotors. Oh, I did mess one thing up. I meant to, on the rotor line, put a splitter in like that. Suppose if we were going to do it, we should actually make it line up with the storage container, huh? Because then I can just use this. All right, so like I was saying, we're going to split the rotors, and we're going to split the reinforced iron plates. Oh, wait. Okay, so we're sitting 2.5 and 2.5. Well, now we're going to split it 3 ways. And when we split it 3 ways, split in 5 3 ways, yeah, it's still not going to be enough. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. But we're not going to get enough stuff. We're not making enough rotors to send them enough rotors. So we're making a few. We're making a few. So I got to try to lay this out, and I kind of want it to end up in that storage container. Probably makes more sense to do it backwards and try and get The conveyor. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay. Okay, so smart plating. You're going to need the reinforced iron plates and the rotors. The rotors we should be able to keep nice and low. And then we'll go high with this one again. Oh, actually, I could have... Nope, don't do that. You go to there. And you go to there. Okay, so we basically got everything accomplished that I wanted to accomplish. We have got the assembler, which I mainly wanted to get the reinforced iron plates automated. We went ahead and automated all the other things that we had recipes for, which we don't need right now. But the point is, in the next episode, while we're on doing the other things, this is all running in the background. So by the time you need some smart plating, and I've already got 5 because I actually waited a few minutes just to get some, but by the time you need the smart plating, hopefully you've got enough, maybe, or you're getting close or something. So this can all just run in the background. We're kind of getting to where we can't do much more with this factory. I could get some more unlocks and we could go up a floor and build some more advanced things, and we might do that, but then those things are going to start using these things, and we're barely producing enough downstairs to produce these. We're not, actually, when it comes to like the screws and stuff. And then to go and take these upstairs to make more stuff, like we're to the point very quickly where it takes like 3 minutes to make like one item. So we're kind of getting to the end of this factory. So next time we might unlock a few things and add another floor, or we might just put the roof on. I'm not really sure yet. I have to look at it. But the point is, we're kind of done with this factory. So probably pretty soon we're going to be building the next factory, and it'll be way larger with a lot more stuff on the lower floors, so that by the time we get up to this floor, now maybe we've got 2 machines of each one of these, and it's going full speed. So be sure to watch next time.